Hello, Robin. My name is Kenny. Today I'm going to talk about real roadshow liberties. I gonna first I'm gonna talk about the company background, and then I'm gonna move straight forward to the external and internal analysis. Then I'm gonna talk about the business strategy goals as well as illustrate some positive strategy option at the corporate level and business unit level. And then the evaluation and recommendation strategy gonna address which strategy gonna suitable for the roadshow, and then a plan for implementation and actions gonna address at the eventually. First, the company background. Village Roadshow established in 1954 is the first drive-in cinema in Australia in Gordon, the suburb in Melbourne. Then the company diversified to the film distribution and the film production. In the 19th century, they purchased and developed Theme Park, which is Warner Bros. In 1999, Movie World and SeaWorld in 1992. Then later on, they expand internationally. Is the cinema exhibition to Singapore and US. And now I'm gonna go to the external analysis. By first, I'm gonna analyze the macro environment with the pastel analysis tool. In a political trend, the federal state have a legislation to rebrand on the online infringement and the movie download from internet in June of 2015. And then the occupation health and safety is a compulsory for all cinema has to comply with. They also have military protection. Moreover, for the state law, like for example in Victoria, there's no standalone cinema complexes outside shopping center in the metropolitan area. Then I'm gonna talk about the economic trends. The recently for the last 5 years, Australian household income already increased, as well as the revenue of the industry. Also, the bachelor and screen and weight cost decline, which means the profit margin is gonna increase. The high startup cost will decrease the threat from the new entrants, and the way increase economies. For the social trend now, the cinema they offer some new premium cinematic experience such as Gone Class and VMAX and the highlights. And now customer want to experience the digital format screen such as 3D, and the customer's attitude had changed, which means very relate is very effective purchasing the movie ticket on even like they want to go to the cinema and they want to stay at home to watch it. That can be explained by the young and the old generation. The average weekly hour working is already decreased, so it will increase the customer consumer leisure time whether they want now go to any music concert or they want to go to the movie cinema. Now I'm going to talk about a technology trend. The the newest technologies for the cinema operator is 3D screen. Um, Also, with the technology change, you had the cinema operator had to upgrade their facility, and at the moment, the internet is one of the most population in the world. So, which means the internet connection increase. That will give the chance for the illegal movies download from the internet. And for the environment trend, um, the cinema operator has to consider their investment into to operate new cinemas in terms of location of the multiplexes. And the good news is on the world, they already accept the Australian movie. 92.3 film released in Australia out of 10 with the overseas film industry. Now I'm going to talk about macro environments. Um, For the key industry success for Video Roadshow is easy access for the customer using the latest technologies and market research and understanding that. Guarantee supply of the key input and the economy of scale. Um, in this industry, there are three other main players, which is event hospitality and entertainment limited, as well events cinema, a local PTY limited, which is Hoi Cinema, and Rainy Entertainment Australia limited. That those three main players are the main competitors for Villa Roadshow. I'm using the Pilot 5.4 to understand the level of the new of the threat of new engines, the threat of the substitute, the threat of the reverse, the bargaining of the power buyer, the bargaining power of the buyer and the suppliers. For the threat of new engine is low, the threat of substitute is medium, the threat of the rivalry competition is medium. The bargaining power in this industry is high, and the bargaining power of supply is from low to medium. The key stakeholder for the roadshow is the employee, the shareholder, producer, cinema operator, and the government. By understanding their needs and want, various shows have to react in order to meet those needs, and somehow the company need to take some action to meet those needs as well. Um, for the internal analysis, there are three tools to go um, to um, to understand to go through this part, which is triple bottom line, SWOT analysis, and VRO analysis. For the company vision, mission, and goals, the key point in this industry is to substand the competitive advance and and then induce the value for all stakeholders, and eventually it's about the profit. For the triple bottom line, there's three categories, which is social, environmental, and financial. Um, Within their roadshow, they are in the social part. They employ 5,000 people across Australia and support for the local charity and community group. Environmental issue, their roadshow ensure that they use a recycle item, and or they gonna if they don't use it, they're gonna track it efficiency, and the revenue increased in 2016 and 17, and the key for that increase is implement new technology and offering different class of services with and then the cinema location. For the value chain analysis, within the primary activity, there are three categories that Vero Show did better than any other. The other is the first is Empower Logistics. Vero Show holding the exclusive distribution right for the movie and for operation. The cinema open at Cinema Vero Show has 722 cinema at 75 sites within Australia, Singapore, and US. They also distribute the film product to pay TV, free-to-air network, and DVD retail store in Australia and New Zealand. For the marketing and sales, they also use gift card and voucher for different services, as well as there's different intensive distribution channel. For supporting activity, there are two categories that Video Show did better than the others is organizational infrastructure. Um, there are three main things in that part is Video Show operates cinema exhibition, the joint venture with Warner Bros. Picture to operate the same part, and operate film distribution. For technology development, the Video Roadshow recently implemented NetApp FAS 3170 desktop computer storage system that using for the CRM, which is customer relationship management. For Video Roadshow main competitive advance, the company on is about the cinemas they own across Australia, Singapore, and US. The Vera also the first Australian film exhibitor that has been converted its screen to digital format and provide different customer services such as Concast VMAX cinemas and V premium concept. For the SWOT analysis, there are four categories that we need to focus on, which is the first, strength. The Villa Roadshow had experience with business unit, high growth rate, and reduced labor costs. While the weakness, there's a high investment in research and development for the cinema operation. The opportunity in this industry is the new acquisitions. The income level is at a constant increase, new type services and new customer group. But the threat is the industry faced with a government regulation that restrict the operation, new entrants to the industry, and the bargaining power of suppliers is also going to be high. Talk about the sustainability of the business. Villa Roadshow ensure the energy usage and water usage is efficiency. The water and the, the waste and recycle that Villa Roadshow gonna recycle as much as they can. Um, and then the charity donation and communication and community investment as is the other main thing that a Vero show gonna focus on, and they have been successfully there for over many years. Now I'm going straightforward to the possible strategy at a corporate level. The market development strategy, the first one, which is open the new cinema exhibition in Vietnam. There's some reason why Roadshow need to open in Vietnam. Is the Vietnamese economy has been rapidly growing recent years. The government is focused on foreign investment, and the current population in Vietnam is approximately 95.3 million people, which is a big market for Roadshow to invest in. The customer now, the social trend, now they pay more attention for foreign products and services. And they also had a possible outlook on spending with the customer confidence index at 95%, which is same as Singapore. Second strategy is horizontal integration, which is acquisition hoist group cinema exhibition. The reason why we need to acquisition this company is they opened a 39 cinema complex with over 400 screens across Australia and New Zealand. And this is one the main competitor of the Roadshow industry. I mean the cinema industry. And the company revenues increased from about 250 million to about 320 million from 2011 to 2017. And the Hoi Cinema has been highly invested into their certain cinemas. By takeover Hoist, the Vero show will increase the market share as well as the market power, also increase customer services to meet different customer demand, and also eventually is economy of scale. The third strategy at the horizontal integration is take over Video East Australia Limited. That company own and operate 887 stores at 930 DVD kiosks. The company is currently holding 29.9% in the market share. There's the social trend will bring the opportunity for the industry. particularly Australian households are more likely to hire video and DVD. Therefore, the company Video Roadshow gonna increase their market share and the market power. At the business unit level, the first strategy is a joint venture with Qantas Airways Limited. Why? Because the company dominates player is the dominant player in the domestic airline and international airline industry. The company currently holds 12.8% in the market share and operates globally with the routes go to Europe, North and South America, Asia, as well as Africa. By corporate cooperate with Qantas Airways, their roadshow gonna increase the market power by consolidate the positioning of the both company in the competitive market and also reduce the risk and overcome the barrier entry. The second one, the second strategy is cooperate with the Flight Center Travel Group. This company is established in 1980s and currently operating in 90 countries and 40 brands around the world. And also they are holding 20% of the market share. With the revenue increase from 2011 to 2017 by cooperate with Flight Center Travel Group, their roadshow gonna increase the market power and the market share, not for Video Roadshow only, and also for Flight Center as well. The sharing results, knowledge, and competence will also have two companies to reduce the risk and overcome the barrier entry within the new service offering. There's also and then differentiate focus strategies. Video Roadshow gonna focus on their own theme parts. The reason for this strategy is about the Video Roadshow gonna focus on customers for the customer, and the main thing is safety issue, and then Video Roadshow gonna focus on family group, differentiate feature and characteristic to its rival, improve the ability of skill and adapt quickly to environmental change, and we wanna be more viable and profitable in the long term. Now I'm gonna evaluate some strategy. Take over the strategy to take over the Video East Australia Limited is gonna reject. Why? The life cycle of this industry is decline. The industry revenue dropped from recently, from 2002 to 2016. The revenues has been decreased. The company itself, the company revenue itself also decreases revenue. Different culture and approach will create conflict between when we merge into company. The level of technology change is high. New technologies such as pay TV and SVOD service providers such as Netflix and Stan are the new trend for the for people who wanna watch movie. The second one I'm gonna reject is the joint venture with the Qantas Airways. There is no connection between Video Roadshow and Qantas' internal business goal. The Qantas specialize about flight operation, and Video Roadshow operate their own template. With compare with the Flight Center, who specialize about traveling, Video Roadshow have more reason and more benefit to cooperate with Flight Center rather than Qantas. Now is the recommendation strategy. The market development strategy to open new cinema establishment in Vietnam, because the agreement established between the Asian, Australian, New Zealand free trade gonna bring a lot of benefits for Roadshow, such as extensive tariff reduction and elimination commitment. Um, Give a state to continuous financial engagement with Asian through strap up implicit motivation, monetary collaboration venture, and business action decided. One of the main things that the country including in this agreement is the similar of them is their economies in our region are one of the most dynamic in the world, and more importantly, is close to Australia. The second one has been recommended is acquisition Hoist Group Cinema. Why? Because they're gonna increase the market share up to 37.2% and gonna dominate the cinema industry. Go over event cinema, which is holding 28.7% market share. Also increase the company market power as well as the economies of scale. The whole cinema gross margin is decline, which means because whole cinema have been invest their money into the cinema facility, so which means easier for Russell to take over at the moment and reduce one of the main threats for the company. The second strategy that has been recommended is joint venture with Flight Center Travel. The Virat Roadshow need to cooperate with those major companies because the political benefit and opportunity within the tourism industry. There's approved destination startup between the Australian and Chinese government that allow Chinese tourists to get into Australia very quick. And the policy of Australia is to develop the tourism to become one of the main contributor in Australia in the future. The life cycle of the industry is as growth, as well as the revenue. Um, Foreign tourists such as Chinese, Malaysian, and Singapore have been rapidly increased over the past 5 years, which is one of the key benefits for tourism in the future. And one of the main things that make Australian tourism industry has been attractive because of the weaker Australian dollars. For focus strategy or for temper is the next one I'm going to recommend it. Why? Because people are concerned with the safety issue of the temper. Historically, there six catastrophic accidents have been conducted until 2016. In 2014, Wet and Wild Sydney, one of the Virat Road South temper has an accident that's called Two Girls Hurt. Even the Virat Road hasn't been experienced any fatal accident before, but the rise from the community is very high for some company who are currently running the temper. By focus on strategy to carry out all necessary maintenance to keep facility in a good condition in order to operate temper safely to improve customer safety issues and also increase the market power. Apply new safety training program also will be addressed in this strategy in order to increase the awareness of dangers for customer at any circumstance. Again, this will also increase market power and market is a more competitive advantage for the roadshow. And now the implement action plan. For the market development strategy, the action is gonna the one who gonna be in charge in this strategy is the CEO of the companies. With the action is the market research, political research, location research, bureau operation, collect the result and adapt the social change. For the acquisition, Hoist Group Cinema is the one who in charge is the CEO and the senior manager. We gonna research the Hoist company profile. And then we're gonna analyze the microenvironment with pastel and potted five voice. A financial preparation gonna address later on, and coming up is the staff training program, and then collect the result from the customer, and then we're gonna address some um, alternative plan if necessary. For the business unit strategy, the joint venture with Liseang, we gonna discuss about the goal and the outcome of the company. Decide type of joint venture, is a contract or a handshake deal. Target market analysis gonna add whether we want the main part in this cooperation. Launch the joint venture and test the result to see how the customer think about our think about our new customer service offer. The responsibility, the one who interact in this strategy is the director of the business unit. And then the strategy differentiation focus for some part. We gonna complete repairing and maintaining the part condition every single year for the last 5 years. And now it's a reference. Thank you, Robin, for listening to my presentation.